They did not look the same year after year after year. Oh, I made a little improvement. No, you really didn't. What is up, everyone? It's Russo. I hope everyone is doing well. Today's ASMR sip is 910starwire.com. Coupon code Russo. ASMR Spritz, Intelligent Oregon. Hear your noises. Missed the cap. All right, today I'm going to be ranting about all the IG, TikTok, new age influencers are afraid to do wet cycles. So I see this a lot. I've already bitched about how everyone's afraid to bulk. So that's layer one, is everyone's afraid to lose the abs, chase size, and overall gain some actual fucking mass. Let's layer the enhanced bodybuilding culture that's going on. Everyone's afraid to do wet cycles, wet compounds to gain mass. This is really annoying and definitely annoys the old school bodybuilders who are following back when it was just grunge in the gym, trained in hoodies. There was no clout. It was all about training. It wasn't corny and cringy. The bulking cycles were a big deal. And when you did a bulking cycle with a bulking diet in the summer, when you switched to an androgenic cycle with the cutting diet, there was new tissue to reveal. They did not look the same year after year after year. Oh, I made a little improvement. No, you really didn't. You can make significant improvements. And then when these TikTok influencers or IG influencers step on stage where they can't modulate, out angle their pics, and it's literally them standing next to each other to get compared, you see how little tissue they actually have and that they really haven't gained much tissue at all via stage weight since the time you followed them. So let's go into it. First off, if you're afraid to bulk, get off my channel. You've been watching the bloat lord go from, I don't know, I'll have Andrew throw up my distance runner physique to 260. Anyone can gain this amount of size. I have mid genetics, right? I don't think I have horrible genetics. They're just fucking mid. And that means that most of you are in the same boat as me. You know, I'm not a genetic freak over here. I think the whole point of my brand is to showcase anyone through education as well as consistency can achieve the exact physique they want, the exact sexual performance in bed they want, the exact mental performance they want in bed, as long as you are enlightened and educated about what you're doing to yourself and you overall trigger pull, stay consistent, stay at it. The next thing with this is you need to think about androgenic compounds, which overall leads to a low estrogen environment. Estrogen is used to build tissue, build muscle. Estrogen is good on lipids. Estrogen is not all bad, right? It's good for serotonin too as well. But you want the likes on Instagram, so you think you can bulk on an androgenic cycle. Not only are you speeding up your basal metabolic rate to a point where you'd have to eat more than just doing an anabolic cycle, you are literally spinning your wheels while throttling all your biomarkers. And you really are going to regret this if you continue down the enhanced bodybuilding road. This is a marathon, not a sprint. And if you're gonna do all these high-ass androgenic cycles in your early 20s, where are you gonna go as you age? In my opinion, there should be one androgenic cycle throughout the year. The rest of it should be maybe cruising or on an anabolic cycle. So you can look at anabolic compounds such as Dianabol, NPP, Deca, LGD 4033 versus androgenic compounds, halotestin, Anavar, Winstrol, Rad 140. All these are not going to gain much size. They're going to harden up, densify what you already have and make you look like you gain more size, but you're not actually, in my opinion, building on tissue at the same pace you could if you switched over to an anabolic cycle, sacrifice the face vanity, and actually put some tissue on to cut up. This is where it's like, oh my God, how many times am I going to say this on the microphone before you younger guys start to understand it? Some of you guys are so scared to actually pick up the fork and actually put some food down because you think your analytics are going to go down, where in my opinion, your analytics are more dependent on the character you're portraying. It's not always just about the physique, although in the fitness industry, this is a cringe industry where it can be all about the physique, but most people with sustainable longevity have a personality attached to it. So if you're denying applying that and not working on character development, worried about staying shredded all the time rather than putting the size on to again progress in your fitness career, to change your physique year after year, to showcase to your audience that you're actually evolving your physique as well as your mind state mentality, then we have an issue, because this is going on forever. I get poked fun at. I'll have Andrew throw up the short of me at 260 with abs. I have guys DM me, oh, you're so fucking fat, blah, blah, blah. You know, you look horrible. You look like all those cycles to look like that at 260 pounds at 5'11". When in reality, I can do shit tons of cardio. I can hit the bag with combos. I can wrestle. I can also lift weights. And I'm also recovering out of a neuromuscular disease while working all the time, while having employees. Like, this sort of mentality leaks out of this, like, oh, you have to be shredded and on point, and if you're not counting your striations in the morning, then you're not really progressing. This is why I have more clout than you, Russo. You fell off, you never evolved. It's like, if you're that one-dimensional, I can't even get to you. I can't even get to you in that paradigm to break it off. And it really comes down to, why don't you sacrifice your vanity for a while? Get rid of your vanity. What the fuck is the point of vanity when it's all gonna fade anyways? I thought the gym was about mentality. How are you building more mentality by never progressing the lifts in the gym? You're just literally using drugs and fluffing it up. You're not a pro bodybuilder. You probably don't even have that size to begin with. You need to go do heavy compound movement volume, work on explosiveness, and add shit tons of food in the equation, and use anabolic compounds that are gonna make you a bloat lord for a little bit. Then you can cut down, cut it up when you have something to reveal. You know, me and Alec, I'll have Andrew throw up Alex at the King of Macedonia. We're talking about how, I don't know, Alec bulked up to 280 pounds at 6'1", 6'2". I bulked up to 260 pounds at 5'11", and how we don't even want to look in the mirror until our physiques are ready to be shredded at the stage weight we personally want. We know that the set point muscle needs to be changed, and if we want this full physique, we need to build it before the age of 35. That's pretty much your solitary physique. You have until 35 to create the physique you want for the rest of your life. The more muscle mass you put on, the better you age. It's that simple. Obviously, using gear and everything goes against that, but it's a necessary evil for certain individuals with shitty genetics to overcome them, such as myself. But you need to use the anabolics correctly, aka don't be using cutting cycles all year and think you're progressing. If the stage weight isn't moving, if your weight isn't moving, are you really adding that much more tissue, or is your tissue just getting more muscle maturity? You want more tissue. Muscle maturity is going to come with time. Androgenic cycles speed up the muscle maturity. They don't really help you gain tissue, and most of you guys will realize as you get older that size is the prize over shreds. Size and power is the prize over shreds. Sacrifice the vanity this winter, get some fucking size on, then cut it up. You'll be so much happier to see your vanity come back after letting it go for a while and focusing internally on making yourself not a fucking square on the internet. I'll see you guys in my next video.